Entire track. I'd say one of my roses, and obviously not the biggest one, but that like despite getting blisters, that they didn't progress very much, and I was still able to walk and pretty well and hike good. And also just the amazing views and vistas here and stuff, and and it's just the experience, the smells. Just the experience, you know?
The smells.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get it.
The nature smells.
The nature
not
smells.
the us smells.
Yeah.
Not the people smells.
Not hating.
Okay, that's enough.
Alright, let's move on.
Some of the programs was pretty fun. Well, I'm trying to remember. Was a specific one I really enjoyed it, but what was it called?
Rich cabins.
Your Rich Cabins, that was pretty cool. Stuff. Also, tomahawks and such. Thorn. I think that sometimes I could have prepared a bit more or done things when it was more convenient, do more delayering when other people are delayering and stuff like that, you know. And also just the rank smell, so just bad smells.
Bad smells.
Luke. Hey.
Oh, most of myself, just ew.
Just feel nasty.
And Bud is that I hope that I and everyone else gets to enjoy our last 2 miles we have tomorrow and the rest of our summer. Yeah.
Alright, so my rose was the weather. Overall, it was really nice, and the views were spectacular. Another rose would be Rich Cabins. Funny story, I used to be deathly afraid of all animals, and now I actually like them, so it was kind of nice. I guess a thorn would probably be, it only felt like we got on the trail 2 or 3 days ago for me, so it went by too fast. And also another rose, the pine sap wasn't actually that bad.
Oh my god.
Oh, I still owe you $4.
No, it's 10 cents, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, 10 cents.
It was so dumb. I don't
It
know.
tasted so good. Alright, anyway, bud. Alright, so my bud is that hopefully tomorrow we can end on a bang, on a good bang, not last night, but
It's certainly a bang, yes.
but hopefully we can end on a really positive note.
My rose is, I got 2 roses. One is the fact that I thought the crew worked together really in a great way. This has been, I know when we did Northern Tier with 4 of you guys, it worked really smoothly, but there's only 4 of you. We have 9. And yet, it worked just as smoothly. You guys work well together. None of the adults ever had to hang bear bags, had to clean dishes, had to do any of that stuff. You guys took care of all that. You helped each other out. You guys policed your own conditions and your feet conditions really well. It makes a huge difference. The other rose for myself was that I was worried how I would be able to physically hold up at 50 for this. This is probably one of the more physically challenging things I've done. And I did, so I'm really pleased with that. Thorn is that I wish I had given the lowlanders a little more direct guidance in trek selection than we did. And my bud actually is that at some point in the next 30 years or so, you are all back here as advisors, leading your own kids' troops. So I think that would be great to see, and I think you guys would all make great advisors. In about 30 years, no rush on that.
I feel like that was directed toward Luke specifically.
So for me, for my rose, the single most memorable part of this trip, I would say, aside from Baldy, of course, is at Rich Cabins when I was looking at the stars with glasses for the first time, and that was just really cool because before I never really saw the beauty in stargazing, And now I realize it's because the stars look extremely blurry and are very difficult to see.
You have like 2 of them at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just really beautiful, and really cool to see the many stars. My thorn was at a ring place when we got rained on. It probably wasn't the worst part of the track, but it was the most demoralizing for me. So I feel like that was like emotionally the worst part of the track. My bud is I really want to see my family, my mom and my brother and my dog. And I also really want to take a shower. So those are the 2 buds.
My rose is for the entire trip were the views, the stargazing, just everything natural about it, meeting new people, talking to the rangers, of course, talking to people in general, meeting people from just about everywhere in the country. My thorns are of course the weather and the fact that tomorrow I'm gonna have to meet my brother again. No joke. And then my bud is that I'm gonna be able to see my mom again, and then I'm gonna be able to take a shower for once.
Yeah.
And yeah, and hopefully I'll have that. I'll have these memories for like the rest of my life. Hopefully.
Mhm.
Yeah, and all the photos too. Those will be nice.
My roses for this trek, I think, are the views. Yeah, definitely the views. Hiking was really fun. I enjoyed a lot of the hiking, especially the strenuous ones. I appreciated the challenge that a lot of the terrain gave me. Another rose is the whole crew dynamic. I think we all work really well together, just like Mr. Nichols said. We can all crack a laugh, and it's great. None of us have ever gotten like noticeably like angry for like a serious long period of time, so that was amazing.
Yeah.
We never had any truly, I think, miserable days. I think we were all able to crack a smile at least like once every day, so I think we were all pretty good in the morale front. And another rose, I think, is just how good the weather was. I think it could have been a lot worse. A couple weeks ago, I think one of my friends went and they got rained on a lot. And I think now to the thorns. I think one of the thorns is kind of the weather, but and there's always going to be thorns in the weather. I think on treks like these that go this long, there's always going to be bumps in the road weather-wise. So that was to be expected. Another thorn is just like Nico said, I'm gonna have to see my brother again. Oh, and another rose is I get to see my parents and dog again. Don't have to call them anymore to talk to them. Back to my thorns. I think actually I don't have any more thorns. I think that's it. Oh wait, no, I do. Blisters were a little bit of a thorn. Not too serious because they got taken care of thanks to you, Mr. Nichols and Mr. Newman and Mr. Blue. My buds, I think, are that we can get home safely. That everyone has a good time, or everyone had a good time, and that everyone has a good rest of their summer.
My roses, I guess again, like I said, I really don't like hiking. I like the camping aspect of backpacking, and I kind of like the hiking we did here. Like usually I'll just get really messed up with my ankle and stuff, like no matter what. And this time it took me to do Baldy, and even then it was really not even that bad. Got a messed up ankle, which was surprising to me. And I guess another rose was I never had a bad day here. Like even when all my stuff was soaked, I was so kind of like, I was just kind of vibing, you know, like.
Did not seem that way yesterday.
Like I was miserable. Don't get me wrong, but like, I wasn't mad about it. I was just kind of like, okay, this sucks. How many more hours of this? When do I get to go home? Oh, I'm not miserable anymore. You know, it's like I never really wanted to leave. Like I wanted to leave, but I didn't want to leave. If it makes sense.
It does actually. I think we all felt that way.
Yeah, like there were certainly days where I wanted to go home, especially the first two.
Even after I threw a pillow at you, you wanted to still go home.
Dude, you are such a you talk in your sleep. It's annoying.
I do not.
You were literally
Move on.
My rose. I don't have one.
You mean thorn?
Thorn.
Oh yeah, my thorn is Justin. Let's go with that. Annoying every aspect, every single day. Annoying. I wanted to jump off a cliff many times because of him.
You would be so bored if I wasn't
Would I?
here.
Yeah, I think you would.
Guys.
My bud. I guess that I do get to bring my kids here again, because that would be nice. Preferably without Justin.
You
Okay.
guys could actually be co-advisors.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
That'd be a whole fantastic movie.
That would be like having the kids be adults.
That is having the kids be
Dumb
adults.
and
That
Dumber
is.
too.
All right. So my rose really. I love coming backpacking out here. I'm glad I got to come back. That's really my biggest rose is that I got to experience this again with a new set of people, a new set of places, and a little more experience. And I really just enjoyed every minute of it. My other rose is really that you guys made this trip really easy for me as crew leader. Like I know from experience how what can happen and what could have happened, but you guys made this trip really easy, and I thank you guys a lot for that. My only thorn is that the weather made us miss out on some of the program that maybe we were looking forward to, and that's kind of what happens, but it's just kind of something we missed out on. And then a bud is that we all had a great trip, and that we can look back on it fondly.
So I would say my roses, to kind of echo what Mr. Nichols said, was I had a spectacular time. This went way better than I thought it would. And so I've done a lot of backpacking in my life, and I'd say the most important thing to making this kind of group or this kind of activity work well is how well we all get along. And I'll echo what Hayden said, is it's pretty amazing that after 10 days and all sorts of weather and conditions and challenges, everybody here gets along, and everybody here kind of pulls their own weight and makes sure that everybody else is having a good time. And so I think that's pretty unusual that, we've kept that up for a solid 10 days. And so thorn-wise, I don't really have a thorn, because, every day for me has been a great day. And this has been, like I said, a spectacular trip. And then I would say my bud would be, I hope we all remember this. And I had said this to Nico and Nate at the start, that, as you guys get older, and if this is the kind of thing you like to do, these are the kind of people that you want to do it with.
Roses. One is the spectacular variety. Every day was different in terms of like what you've got to look at. Right. A lot of times I've been on trips where, you have these subsequent days look like the same day that you had before. Every day was different. Different sites, different vistas, different programs, different weather. So that was awesome. Also, again, the crew dynamic, and to that I credit Hayden a lot.
Yeah.
I think it was
Thank you,
fantastic. Just a well-oiled machine, especially looking at other crews coming through. It was amazing, and also and finally it's in being able to put aside the world for a bit. It took me a couple days to get to that place, but now I'm like, I could keep going. Thorn was my anxiety about the lowlanders at the start. I was tremendously anxious about them. Thorn was last night. That was trying, mostly because I didn't know how you guys would do in the middle of the night in terms of getting wet, because I'd read horror stories about people getting hypothermia and stuff. So I was like, oh. So that was really nerve-wracking, but it turned out okay. I got a really good night's sleep. And my bud is that you guys can take back some of the positive experiences from this trip and communicate that to the rest of the troop before you guys move on. So hopefully that they can have experiences like this in the future.
Okay, I guess my rose was just finally being out here. I've waited 5 years to be out here, and it really exceeded my expectations. Also glad that I did not like do a lot of research into like where we were staying and stuff, because a lot of the scenery surprised me, and I felt really thankful that I didn't like oh, what does Silly Can look like? Oh, what does Wyman Vega look like? Like I wasn't in years past I've done that, and that's kind of disappointing. It's like, oh, I already know what to expect, but this time I was like, wow, this is really awesome. I guess another rose would be the 3 sunset hikes we went on. That was really cool. Just going up to that sunset hike of basically the whole trek that we were doing, and then up that mountain at Silly Canyon, and then the one at Wyman Vega. Those were a lot of fun. I guess another rose would be just summiting Mount Baldy. That was really, really cool. I enjoyed the sunrise. I enjoyed the ridgeline walk. Another rose would be Hayden's leadership. I think his leadership made us all really bond together and have a great and awesome time. And I thank Hayden for that. A thorn would probably be just the mornings. Most of them were pretty cold, and I kind of struggled to get ready, especially my hands. They were really cold. I was complaining a lot. I guess another thorn would just be leaving. This has gone by really slow for me, thankfully, but I'm not ready for it to be over. I'm going to miss it a lot, but I'm just happy that I made a lot of awesome memories. And my bud is that we can one day have a crew reunion. Maybe in a couple years, maybe just get together and talk.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's my bud.
My rose is that I didn't think that I did enough like preparation for this. Like I was getting anxiety like the week before. I was like, oh, I have not been exercising as much as I probably should have been, but it turned out pretty well, so that was nice. Another rose is definitely the crew dynamic. During the whole time I was kind of comparing this to Lynn Hoxton, it's like I remember at like day 4 Lynn Hoxton, we were like pretty much at each other's throats, and here we were like peak vibing. So thanks to Hayden for that. I have to say thanks to you, because this is the first time I've really been able to talk circles around someone. My brother is actually like super good at throwing insults, so that was fun. But like it was a really good experience.
Wow.
And like probably my smallest rose that I really like the sweatshirt. It's like
Nice.
the best thing I've ever bought. My thorns are that we did miss some of the program due to like weather or like other reasons, and I'm kind of bummed about that, but that's fine because stuff happens. Another thorn is that I didn't get to see my brother as much as I hoped, because like actually unlike some of the people here, I actually like my sibling. Like we like and yeah, I hope, and hearing that he had a rough couple of days was like kind of worrying for me, but seeing him like a couple like recently was like, oh, that's a lot better. And also I think I didn't like prepare enough as much as I should have. Like I woke up a couple times like I woke up a couple times like every night because I got like a bit cold. I was like, okay, I probably should pack like a thicker sleeping bag or like just minor stuff like that. And and my last one is actually that I don't think I'll have another chance to do this, because just by like judging by the time and how the years will probably add up, I don't think I'll have another trek to do, which is kind of sad. And my bud is that we get home safely. Everyone remembers the memories, and I don't get smited by everyone for the rest of the summer, because I stacked a lot of conflicting stuff on each other. I'm starting to feel the consequences.
Wait, what?
One last thing before we break, though. If you want to get your Duty to God patch, you need to sign the back of that book and let Finn know. If you want to get your Wilderness patch, you need to sign your card and let Garrett know. And if they need to sign something for you, too, for the other?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the other, was it the Journey to Courage?
It was Trail of Courage or something.
You need to sign with Hayden. So if you want to get one of those patches, and there's no requirement that you do, although I think we've met all the requirements for all of them, be certain to, at some point tomorrow, talk to Finn, Hayden, or Garrett, and I'll check with them about how many patches we need to get.
All right.
What's up, guys? So we are wrapping up today. I decided to hang out at the campsite because I just wanted to take it easy for a bit. Everyone in that eating program at Miranda, so I was gonna hold down the fort, just take it easy. Just taking the last bits of today. But yeah, today is the end of day 10. Wow, 10 days on the trail. That's pretty surreal. My previous target was 5 days, so doubled it. Pretty awesome. I enjoyed every moment of this experience at Philmont. From the moment I stepped off the bus to going on those sunset hikes to getting like really close calls of lightning at Silly Canyon and Carver Park to summoning Baldy. Man, this has just been an unforgettable, phenomenal past couple weeks. These 2 weeks are probably one of the best times of my life for sure. I mean, it was crazy, so amazing. Everyone that was in my crew was awesome. We bonded really well together. I mean, I've known some of these people for at least 4 or 5 years, so the chemistry was all there. We just did such a great job together, and Hayden did a phenomenal job, as I said in my rose earlier. That, I mean, he just did phenomenal. I just knew I knew he was gonna be great since he was in the film before. He knows all pretty much the basic rundown of it, and he did a really good job. And I think without him, I don't think I would have had a great time at all. And the fact that I had a good time. I was a bit worried that I wasn't gonna have a good time. I was really worried that my training would not have paid off, but it really has. I mean, the climbs that we did were not hard. Then that was all because of the endurance training I've done over the past 6 months. All the hikes I've seen on my channel that include Carvin's Cove, and Hayrock, McAfee's Knob, Tier Cliffs, Dragon's Tooth. What else? Yeah, just all those other hikes. That really prepared me well. And also, a side note would be climbing those stairs in my dorm. That also contributed to the success I had at Philmont. Yeah, so I mean, just to name a few things why. I mean, Philmont is just absolutely beautiful. I was really surprised at the scenery, especially at each campsite. Each campsite was very different. I mean, the first half was basically in a meadow, and we had 4 days in the Viavidal. The Viavidal is so beautiful. I just loved being in the true backcountry, not having to rely on red roofs or sumps or bare cables. I mean, I know some of the friends in my crew don't exactly would agree with that statement, but I really do like being away from civilization. And on that note, I also really liked being away from the outside world for a couple weeks. I'm not looking forward to going back to that outside world. I have to deal with news, politics, things I gotta get ready for college next month. It's just a lot of stress has come with that, and I think these 2 weeks have really given me a fresh restart on every aspect of how I live my life. I think also this experience has also changed my perspective on the backcountry. I think going in, I was like, okay, we're gonna see trees, we're gonna see meadows, we're gonna see views, we're gonna see animals. But really, like, I mean, when you think about it, I mean, you're so small in this world. Like, I think there was a couple campsites where I was like going up on the meadow, and we could see how small our tents are, and then we could just see all the pine forest around the meadows. It was just really beautiful. Also, just the quietness. It was really nice to be away from civilization, not hearing, the trucks, the cars. I mean, we heard people, but we didn't really hear like the music coming out of the cars or whatever. It's just being in the wilderness is such a really peaceful experience. And that's one of the reasons why I really love the backcountry, is because of that. It's just, I think just being here really gave a whole new meaning to the wilderness. I think that the wilderness is just a place to restart and really just discover for yourself like what your strengths and weaknesses are. Because I discovered a lot of strengths and weaknesses with especially when we were working as a crew and individually, really. Like, I mean, we had a routine: get up at 5 a.m., packed up by 6:30. We hit the trail about an hour and a half after we woke up, even when it was cold, even when even when the tents were wet. And we did really well. And for me individually, like, I think I really stuck to a routine as to what I did each day, and I allowed myself to pause and just take in what the wilderness has to offer. I feel like when I'm holding the camera, I'm usually really focused on the camera, not so much the wilderness. That's one of the caveats I have with filming, is that I focus way too much on, getting the shots and everything, and not on the scenery. But luckily, I think I was able to sort of have do it half and half, where previously I've been full focus. So I think that was a new technique I think I figured out, was how to enjoy the wilderness as well as documenting it. So that was really good. I'm glad I figured that out. I think one thing I also enjoyed was, I also just add on with the mix. I just enjoyed the mix of being in canyons, being in meadows, and then being on mountains. So we started in a canyon for a couple of days, and then we went to the Valle, and there's a bunch of meadows, and it was awesome. And then we went on 3 sunset hikes that offered views of what we're going to be doing in the next few days. And then when we went back in the Philmont property, we started entering the mountains. And I think the mix of canyons, meadows, and mountains really made this trip special. And I would highly recommend that anyone who's doing Philmont pick 1221, because this itinerary was legendary. It was awesome. It had a great mix. It wasn't that hard. There wasn't, many long days. I mean, we had a 9 or 10 mile day every once in a while, but it wasn't the worst in the world. As far as the weather goes, I think we were pretty fortunate, because in the previous week, especially in June, there were a ton of reports of people just getting absolutely soaked every day. So I would picture it as this. So yesterday when we got all that hail and rainstorm, that was sort of the thing that crews in June experienced every day. And I could not imagine us dealing with that every day, because yesterday afternoon sucked. But looking back on it, we did pretty well. We had that streak of 3 days with no rain. And then the first few days, it was thunderstorm after thunderstorm. And I appreciate the scenery, because of course I'm a meteorologist, and I love shower clouds. I love anvil clouds. I love lightning. A little too close for lightning sometimes. I also enjoyed the hail, but then we got hailed 2 more times. Okay, this is getting a little much. I'm really hoping someday we can meet again as a crew for a reunion. I mentioned that in my bud. I think, because I want to keep in touch with all these guys, and they're really, really good friends of mine. I just want to, maybe in the future I can do videos with them, hopefully, because they've all been OGs since really 2017. I mean, Matthew, he was in my first video on YouTube. Justin, Garrett, Krithik, Hayden, name a few, were in my videos in 2018, 2019, and beyond. Yeah, I just want to keep in touch with those guys a lot. As far as I'm concerned, I think I prepared pretty well. I think every gear I packed, I've used, and I don't think I really wished I had anything, which I'm pretty happy about, because I was a little bit worried about that. I've used everything, and I didn't really wish I had anything. That's really one of the goals of packing for a trek, is making sure you pack what you need. So I was pretty fortunate in that respect. I'm also add on to the weather. I'm glad we have dry heat here, because when it got soaked, everything dried within 10 to 15 minutes. Whereas back on the East Coast, it would probably take days to dry because of the high humidity. So yeah. I think the saddest part about this, honestly, I'm pretty fortunate to be out here after waiting 5 years. And it exceeded my expectations a lot. Really glad to be out here. Sad that it's coming to an end after 2 weeks. It went by pretty slow for me, but I'm not ready for it to be over. I think it's really sad that this is probably going to be my last really relayed outdoor outing with Boy Scouts. This is going to be an end of the era for me, because I joined Cub Scouts in 2007, 2008, and now I'm really leaving that sort of community of scouts in 2021. So it's been 13 years of scouts. That's more than half of my life, which makes it really sad that this is the last thing I do with Boy Scouts until who knows when. I'm really happy that sort of era ended on a high note by me doing Philmont. I was kind of worried about it not going so well, because I don't want my 13-year journey of being scouts ending on a sour note, because Philmont did not go well, but it ended up going pretty well. It's just really sad. I'm just gonna miss all the guys I've hung out for many years. It's just yeah, it's just I think once I got to this campsite, I started having the feels because I was like, wow, last time I signed up the camp with this crew and as a Boy Scout for a while. Last time setting up my tent, sleeping bag, dying fly, bear bags. Last time eating a backcountry meal with my scouting friends. Yeah, it was kind of a surreal time. It was like, wow, this is actually coming to an end. But I think just looking forward, I hope I can do more Boy Scout related stuff in the future, and hopefully I can hang out with these guys more in the future as well. But yeah, it's just tomorrow's gonna be interesting because we're hiking 2 miles tomorrow. We get to reflect on what we went through the past 12 days. Yeah, so tomorrow's gonna be hopefully slow. I don't want it to go by fast because I want to be able to reflect on everything. But we're gonna get back to base camp. Our bus picks up at 8:30, and then we'll head back to base camp, get ready to head on the plane the next day, and yeah, that's pretty much the trip. So yeah, Hard to Leave's already coming to an end. But yeah, so I'm gonna probably hit the hay pretty soon. But yeah, I thank you guys for watching these videos. I don't know how many videos that are gonna be on my YouTube channel for this trip, probably at least 10. But I hope you guys were able to experience what I went through. I tried my best to record everything that I thought would be memorable. I hope you guys were able to relive the experience that we went through. I don't know if I'm gonna make a full documentary on this or like sort of mesh all the videos together. I don't know about that yet, but keep on the lookout for that. Expect a recap video as well, maybe about 5 minutes or so. May expect some blooper moments. I don't know what's in store for the future of my YouTube channel in terms of that. Also, to add to tomorrow's endeavors, so there was an option for us to hike the To the Time, which is another iconic peak of Philmont. So I'm not up for doing 7 miles and 3,000 feet of elevation gain. So while we're hanging out at base camp and potentially going to Cimarron, nearby town into Philmont, Mr. Nichols and Matthew are going to be going up to the Time, and Matthew's going to record some clips on his phone of that hike. So that'll be included as well. So that'll probably happen later on in the video. So yeah, I guess that's really just how tomorrow's really going to go. Is while we're hanging out at base camp, they're going to be going to the Time. I'm really happy for them. I think they'll enjoy it a lot. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for day 11, last day on the trail.
Ben, you have a sock on your head.
I do?
I'll put it in there.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's great.
You got that on camera, right?
Yeah, I did.
Let's go.
There's the last string crossing of the trip.
Maybe.
All right.
I'll go first.
Oh, really?
Sacrifice Luke.
Wait on the road over there.
Someone's gonna fall, right?
Last string crossing, let's go.
One of us. One of us. One of us. One of us.
One of us.
Oh. Is the road?
You gotta go a little farther.
Oh, okay. I thought we were almost done. No, we gotta walk down the road a bit, and then we're done. So apparently this is a cougar track.
I saw one of them. You see these guys?
Yeah,
Yeah, the big ones.
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Hey, how do you feel about being done?
I'm done.
Yeah, me too. Morning.
Hello.
We're good. Let's leave them alone. Come over here.
Yeah, Maxwell Trailhead.
Turn around. You guys going on a bus, right?
Yep. All right.
Went to take
All right, here's the bus. It's here. Luke, get your charger before it gets crushed by a bus.
Yeah, I think it matters. It has forward-facing us, and it's slowing down.
My dad's the oldest of 7, and he was the best game on the ball.
Oh, careful. Yeah. Yeah, well, let's a couple of those boys get back there.
Okay. Trey, let's do one of this.
All right, with this step, I'm leaving Philmont backcountry. Boom.
Welcome
We
back.
have left Philmont backcountry.
Dude, all of this,
for
all of this for
any
Avery.
power.
Shut up.
Hey, look at the sign. There's so many. Look at the sign. This is
I went Luke.
Oh, he's right there. Yeah. All right, we're in the homebound area, so we have B59 and 64. This is our area here. We're in the homebound section. Over there's the trailbound section. There's like nobody here.
Like cabs.
A table. We got there's an actual table.
Like cabs.
Yeah.
Taking this one.
Yo, boys, I got a mattress.
Oh shoot. I completely overestimated that. Well, that's my best. Oh well.
So I completely forgot that today is July 25th with me. It's Christmas in July is today. Surprisingly, I went to the gear area, and Santa Claus was there, and we got candy cane, and we got some pink lemonade chewies, and that was pretty awesome.
Woo! Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, July 25th. Yeah. Here's the candy cane I got.
I lost mine already.
You already lost your candy cane? What the
I think I
fuck?
left it when I
Bruh. Yo, he's like really doing like looking. Look at this walk.
Okay, so while the rest of the crew is over in base camp, just relaxing and showering and stuff, me and my dad, no, he sees. Me and my dad are gonna go hike Tooth Time.
that amphitheater thing right there is where we're gonna have our closing campfire tonight. So we just talked to a crew that we passed by and said that we have 2.5 miles to go, and now I think it's about noon, so probably get there about 1 o'clock. You see the rain coming down in the valley over there. Here's the tooth. We're getting closer. Five and a half miles from base camp. This is the view. Amazing. See so far from here. There's a storm on top of it too this time. Hopefully Matthew and Mr. Nichols are okay. 'Cause that's not good. Yeah, they're probably getting rained on right now. So it's raining right now. It's actually hailing earlier. And we're under this cave shelter thing, eating lunch. We're waiting for the rain to pass. So it's pretty much stopped raining now. We are back hiking down the mountain. And we got about 5 more miles to go. We made it. 11 miles in 4 hours. 4 more miles than we thought it was gonna be, but we're back. This bus is so packed, people just sit on the aisle. Bruh.
Where the bags go. Big Nate, little Nate. Oh my god.
What's he doing? Bruh.
It said Highway 68, I think, but I think that might be a ways
Oh my god, this is so good.
Now that is a thick dessert right there.
Take a snap of me too.
Oh.
That tastes so good. Oh my god.
Hey, what's up?
How was
It was awesome.
We made it back.
I heard you guys did Baldy.
Yeah.
And got hailed on a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sick. But you guys enjoyed it overall?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, this man, so the day before, right? He's like, you know, it'd be pretty cool if we got like hail or something.
And then I hailed.
And then
You cursed the crew, man.
yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh.
But yeah, you guys heading out tomorrow?
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
Sweet.
Good to see you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's awesome to see you guys again in base camp.
Yeah, good to see you
We made
too.
it.
Yeah.
Everybody's
You
intact.
survived.
Yep.
Good, good. At least the majority of people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everyone mostly intact. So like we have like 90% of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it worked out.
Sweet.
Cool.
Well,
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I'm picking up another crew today, but they're still not here yet.
Oh.
That's not good.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to be putting in some work tomorrow.
Yeah.
For base camp stuff and catch a bus.
Well,
But
we'll see you then.
Yeah.
yeah, man. I'm
Good to
glad
see
y'all
you.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.